Wedged is one of the oldest Egyptian goddesses. Wedged was revered as the goddess of childbirth, the protector of children, and in later years she became the protector of the pharaohs. Wedged was the Egyptian goddess who protected Egypt from the forces of chaos. The mask of King Tut features the cobra image of Wedged on top. So how does this all connect into the Exodus story? Wedged was a snake. Moses had a staff that turned into a snake or a serpent. A snake that swallowed up the snakes of Egypt. The Lord God started bringing chaos on Egypt after the swallowing of the other snakes. The snake goddess that protected from chaos was eaten by Moses' snake staff. The very snake goddess that gave protection and authority to Pharaoh was swallowed. Pharaoh's authority was now in question. Moses used the staff that turned into a snake to divide the Red Sea. Not long after crossing the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aqaba, there is this picture carved on a rock. A few snakes can be seen. Notice there's a man standing on the edge of the rock. In his right hand, and only one hand, is a staff. If you look closely at the staff, it looks like the staff has a snake head. Exodus 14:16 says, "As for you, Moses, lift up your staff and reach out with your hand over the sea and divide it. And the sons of Israel shall go through the midst of the sea on dry land." A friend of mine and I have been looking for Marah, where the bitter waters were turned into fresh water. So far, we're not sure if we found Marah. But this rock art is in the very place you would think someone might draw a picture of Moses lifting up his staff near Marah. That the staff is a snake makes this that much more in line with the Exodus story. Could this rock art be Moses? Or maybe this is just a coincidence that a man has a snake staff in his right hand lifted up at the very location where Mount Sinai in Saudi Arabia narrative would say this is close to Marah. Now there's this other thing hanging down from this man's shoulder. What is this? From Exodus 12:34, we read this. "So the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading trough being bound in their cloaks on their shoulders." Is this a very picture of the kneading trough in the cloak hanging from Moses' shoulder? I'm sure others might have other explanations for this rock art. But Moses, at the edge of the Red Sea, raising his staff in his right hand and having a kneading trough hanging from his shoulders, makes pretty good sense to me.